The Titanic, the largest and most luxurious liner of its time, was considered unsinkable, but its sinking in April 1912 claimed the lives of over 1,500 people. So what really happened that fateful night? And why did the ship, which was not supposed to sink, end up at the bottom of the Atlantic? Let's take a closer look. First and foremost, the key factor was the collision with an iceberg. The Titanic's crew was aware of the ice fields, but the ship was traveling at high speed, about 22.5 knots, nearly 41 kilometers per hour. At that time, there was a strong sense of security on board, and many believed the Titanic could easily avoid any obstacle. However, when the lookouts spotted the iceberg, there wasn't enough time to maneuver. The ship scraped the iceberg along its side, and that impact proved fatal. The iceberg tore through the hull, damaging 6 watertight compartments. While the Titanic could stay afloat with 4 compartments flooded, the damage to 6 sealed its fate. But why did the ship sink so quickly? One of the reasons was design flaws. The watertight bulkheads that separated the compartments didn't extend all the way up to the top deck, allowing water to gradually flow from one compartment to another. This accelerated the flooding and the ship's listing, making evacuation even more difficult. Another important factor was the mistakes in organizing the rescue operation. The Titanic had only 20 lifeboats on board, not enough for all the passengers. Furthermore, even the lifeboats that were used were not filled to their maximum capacity due to panic and the crew's lack of preparation. Some lifeboats left the ship half empty. Additionally, missed radio messages with warnings about ice fields were yet another fatal mistake. Other ships had sent multiple warnings to the Titanic about the presence of icebergs in the area, but these messages were not passed on to the captain. At that time, the radio was primarily used for sending passengers personal messages, and critical signals were overlooked. Thus, a combination of factors, design flaws, human errors, and unfavorable conditions led to one of the most famous maritime disasters in history. The Titanic sank just a few hours after the collision. The memory of the victims of this tragedy lives on, and the lessons learned from the catastrophe forever changed maritime safety regulations. Subscribe to the channel to learn more about history.